Uh, some of you may already have met me in the graduate students meeting, and to the others, I hope to meet all of you someday soon. So, welcome to today's presentation. So, I'm from Bangladesh. That's where I was born. And for today's presentation, I plan on talking a bit about my country, sharing some interesting facts about my country, and also sharing a family recipe with all of you. Okay. So, okay. Why? Yeah. So a bit about me. On the left side, on the right side, that's my family. I'm a only child of my parents. And this picture is very old when I was probably 2 years old. And yeah, so that's that. And then about my academics, I graduated from BRAC University, which is also in Bangladesh. And I came to Edmonton 2 years back to do my master's with Dr. Bishert. I'm originally in the computing science department, but now currently I'm also working a little bit with bioinformatics. So I consider the biology department as my own as well. So currently my projects involve building a predictor for retention time and using language models to build simple chatbots. I am like uh, for the most of the time, I was busy working with the retention time predictor, but the language model is a new addition to the projects that I'm working with Dr. Bashir. So, talking about the topic that I chose, like my country, Bangladesh. So, as we can see on the left side, that Bangladesh is a South Asian country, which is actually very small compared to all the other countries, and it's located just beside India and is very close to China as well. If you guys ever plan on visiting Bangladesh, you will have a lot of places to go to. We have very famous monuments and natural forests and a very long sea beach that anyone can enjoy. So for Bangladesh, our capital is Dhaka, uh, which is of course located in the center of the country. And I was actually born there. So yeah, and I grew up all my life in Bangladesh, in Dhaka. So I was always in Dhaka. So that's very near and dear to me as well. Another thing that is very interesting about Bangladesh is our language. So our language is Bangla, which is, if you see the name of the country, if you divide the name of the country into two parts, Bangla and Desh, Desh can be translated to country. And the first part is Bangla, which is our language. And we value our language a lot, mostly because we had to fight for our language. In 1952, a lot of the students of our country lost their lives in a language movement because previously we were part of Pakistan. We used to be called East Pakistan, and the whole government of Pakistan chose that we like the national language will be Urdu. But since most of the people, the majority of the East Pakistan people used to talk in Bangla, they revolted and eventually lost their lives, which was a very tragic event. So, since it's so sad and tragic that you had to fight for your own language, the day, which is 21st February, is also known as the International Mother Language Day because it's very unique in its own concept that a lot of students lost their lives for their mother language. Another very interesting fact is that Bangla is also the sweetest language as stated by UNESCO. And if you ever search Google, you will also like always see that Bangla is the sweetest language. And Bangla, like everyone in Bangladesh, almost everyone speaks Bangla, and this language is also very common in India because India is very close to Bangladesh and our neighbor. And the people from Kolkata, they also speak in Bangla. Our accents are a little bit different, but other than that, we have the same language. Okay. So since I already mentioned that Bangladesh was already part of Pakistan before, when this language movement was going on in 1952, after a lot of turn of events where there were some discrimination and oppression going on, so the East Pakistan people, the right now which is my country, Bangladesh, they fought for their independence, And we have Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. We call him the father of our nation. He encouraged all the people to fight for their liberation, and a war and our liberation war started. This started on March 26th, 1971, and the war actually lasted for almost more than 9 months, because we got our liberation on 16th December on the same year. So, and that was actually the birthday of Bangladesh, because after that day, we are known as Bangladesh, and no longer we were East Pakistan. So, right now, the current condition of Bangladesh is very interesting, because since it's a very small country, it's not lightly populated. It's highly densely populated, and it is actually one of the most populated countries in the world. It stands in number 7 position when we compare the population density. Other things about my country that's very that we are proud about is Dr. Muhammad Yunus, who is a Nobel Peace Prize winner. He tried to combat poverty in our country, because we are not that rich. We have a lot of poor people, and he came up with an initiative to give small loans, which is very easier to get to the poor people, so that they can build a life for themselves. So we have a Nobel Peace Prize winner as well, and we are also very known for our industry, which is the garments industry. If you ever go to the mall and check out the clothing section, you will always find something that is made in Bangladesh, because we are very well known for our garment sector. We also have a jute industry, which is also one of the highest earning uh, criteria earning sectors of Bangladesh, and jute in our country is also called the golden fiber. Okay, and then coming to the natural beauty, we have the Sundarban mangrove forest, which is a UNESCO site. So if you ever go to Bangladesh, please visit that. It's very beautiful. It's so green. It's the color of green that we have. Like, it's very rare. It's very green in color. It's so magical, actually. And you can ride boats there. And we also have the tiger, our national animal, Royal Bengal tiger, over there. Of course, that's not safe, but then again, yeah, you can see it live for your own eyes. Then we have Cox's Bazar Beach, which is one of the longest beach in the world. It's uninterrupted. So if you start walking from one end of the beach, it will take a lot of hours to reach the end of the beach, because it's one of the longest beach. Then again, after that, so our country, we celebrate a special occasion, which is Pohela Boishakh. It's celebrated on the 14th of April. And on that day, it's actually the Bangla New Year. And all, like, most of the people dress in white and red, and we eat a lot of different kinds of food. It's a special holiday, so we always it's very similar to Thanksgiving, the concept of Thanksgiving in Canada, but then again it falls on our New Year as well, because we also celebrate the first produces of our farmers on the Pohela Boishakh event. And then we are also very well known for celebrating Eid and Puja. That's like one of the major holidays of our country. And then we have cricket. So like, we are very proud in our like cricketers, because we are one of the very few countries who can play in the World Cup, who qualifies to play in the World Cup. So we are not like the best cricket playing country, but then again, we play, and we have our fair share of players. And we also have the world's #1 all-rounder, cricket all-rounder, Sakib Al Hasan. And yeah, so whenever there's World Cup going on, our country is very festive, and everyone, like, they stay up all night just to enjoy the matches, cricket matches. So lastly, I want to talk about the food. Being a foodie myself, my country is like the land to a lot of cuisines. Like, we have so much food, and it's so flavorful. Like, because of the concussion of the spices that we use, it's like too good. So talking about food, I actually want to share my family recipe, so of cooking a biryani, which is a very popular dish in our country and in India and in Pakistan as well. So it's a dish that anyone will love. If you ever get to taste it, it's so good. It's very delicious. And usually we cook it with chicken, but then you can swap the chicken with some vegetarian tofu or paneer, and or any other form of meat like lamb or lamb, goat, beef as well. So on the left side, I have noted all the ingredients that we need to cook this biryani. So if you like ever feel like try that you want to cook it, all the ingredients and their quantity is mentioned here. And as you can see, we use a lot of spices, like especially turmeric, chili, coriander, cumin, black pepper. Black pepper is common in Canada, but then again, like these spices make the food like very delicious, and it gives this like say it makes the food so much savory that with rice it gets like really tasty to enjoy. So I have noted the ingredients, and I actually made this biryani over the week just to share with all of you. Like, I wish I could send the food to you guys, but then again, I can't because it's so cold, and we are not meeting in person. I wish we were. But yeah, so while cooking it, I actually wanted to make a video so that you guys can see the process of how we get the end product, which is the middle one, the middle thing, the middle dish is the end product. So I will like to share the video with you guys so that like you have the ingredients and now you can like see the process. It's a 3 minutes video. It's like sped up, but like let's. So for this video, we actually like we heat the pan, add some oil to it, and when the oil gets hot, we add chopped onions to it, and we wait until the onion gets its special color, which is translucent. Once the onion gets its color, we add ginger and garlic. It's we I usually use one of the store bought pastes because it's easier and it's very it's available in any superstore in across Canada. Then I add all the spices. So once the spices become very condensed, I add a little bit of water so that the mixture becomes more diluted and it's easier to cook. And you have to like keep the concussion on the stove for at least 10 to 12 minutes so that the oil can appear by the side. As we can see, like it changed its colors and we have a layer of oil over the top. And that's the sign that we need to add the chicken now. Then we mix it. I'm changing its color, which is like its beauty. So we also use this golden plum, which is called aloo bakra in our language. So it gives this bitter and sweet taste to the curry, which is very delicious. But then again, it's optional in uh, while cooking a biryani. And after 10 to 15 minutes, it will, like, the potatoes will become soft, and you will see, like, there will be little bit water of the gravy left, and the chicken and the potatoes will be cooked. And that's a sign that we need to prepare the rice right now. So we usually use basmati rice because it's available the most in Canada. But when I was in my country, we used to use another kind of rice. Yeah, so we just switched to basmati rice because it's like available there. So to cook the rice, we need to add 1.5 times the water. So usually I use 3 cups of rice, and I will use 4.5 cup of water to cook the rice. And I will add the water once I start seeing that there is a white part that's at the middle of the rice, which starts appearing. That's the sign that I need to add the water now. Also a little bit of milk. So after like steaming it for about 20 minutes, the rice will be done cooking, and it will look like, we have to fluff off the rice, and it will look like this. And then comes the easier part. You have to layer the rice and the chicken, and then put it on dum, which means to steam. We have to like keep it over a hot surface for 10 to 15 minutes, and it will be done. Yeah, so this is the finished product, and I usually garnish it with some eggs and cucumbers and tomatoes to add like a little bit of veggie touch to this, because it's a very rich food. Uh, and yeah, it tastes good. I hope it tasted good. I will ask my friends who got the chance to eat it. And yeah, that's about it. That was all from me. I just wanted to talk about my country and share a family recipe. And these are the references. So yeah, thank you. I will appreciate it if you guys have any questions or
Yeah.
want to know anything else.